Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Yeah, we're going to do something in the kitchen today for Cutworks. Normally I would be in my studio, but we're going to be in the kitchen today because I need the sink and I need the microwave to show you a really cool trick. What we're going to do today is show you how to go from here, ugly gooey label that usually ends up this way when you try to take it off, and I'm going to get you to here. Nice and clean, smooth, perfect clean surface. Now keep in mind that these containers are shipped, and when they're shipped they do get little scuffs and marks on them. So when you get this label off, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be way better than it was. So I'm sure you all, I'm Holly Pike, by the way, from artisticCutworks.com and artisticthreadworks.com. And today we're going to do an Artistic Cutworks video in our series of Got an Ugly Label? No problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to get to here, but this label is in the way. And if you peel it off, you get this gooey, gummy stuff. I've tried everything. My friend Ina said use Goo Gone. Put a paper towel on it and spray Gooby Gone on it and let it sit for however long, and it'll come right off. Well, that didn't work for me. It works for her, but it didn't work for me. So I watched some videos, and I talked to some people, and I asked people what they did, and this is the system that I came up with. I take out of my microwave. This water has been heating for roughly 4 minutes. It's approximately 4 cups of water. And I have this peanut jar. I want to get this label off. So I'm going to take my peanut jar, very carefully without burning yourself, pour this very hot water, not boiling. If it's boiling, it will melt the peanut jar. And then your project will be no good. I'm going to put the top on, and I'm going to put it on its side so that the water, the hot water, is completely covering the label on all 3 sides. Okay? And I'm just going to sit that down in the sink and let it sit for 15, 20 minutes. If you forget about it, it's no big deal. This one has been sitting here. I prepped for you so you wouldn't have to wait 15 minutes. Leaving the water in because it keeps it nice and hot. I have some little handy tools over here. This is from a cutting machine. I don't know which one it is, but I don't use it for my regular vinyl. I use something way better. So I just have some tools here that I thought would help. And what I'm going to do is, let me put my glasses on. Going to try and pick up the edge of this label so I can get a good grip. Once I can get a good grip, I'm just going to gently, but quickly, peel this off. If it gets stuck, just encourage it up a little bit. Takes a little patience to get going. Let's try from the corner. Sometimes trying from a different angle helps. Nice. Because, the glue is different. It's coming off nicely here, but not over here. So, let's flip it over and try the other side, because sometimes just going at it from another angle helps and makes it easier. There we go, look at that. Got a little paper there, that's not a big deal, that's going to come right off. We got the majority of that label off in one piece. Now this little paper, the glue is soft, you can feel it, it's gooey and gummy under, to my touch. You need to take all the paper off. Look at that. This was before. This is after. With just a little bit of hot water. Now you're going to say to me, but Holly, there's all this gooey, gummy stuff on here. Yeah, there is. Let's pour the water out. What I do, I pour it back into my crafting, kind of ugly, my crafting measuring cup so I can reuse it for my next one. If you're doing a bunch of these, you could boil a big pot of water on the stove and use a ladle and ladle it in and then lay them all down and do them all at once. I'm just doing a couple at a time here for you. I do it the long way. Okay, we got to get this gooey stuff off. Lay it over here. I'm going to put rubber gloves on because we pay for manicures, they're expensive. What I'm going to use has a little abrasion to it, and I don't want to take the chance of getting my manicure all ripped up. I use gloves when I paint, I use gloves when I use lots of glue. I like gloves. Okay, so here we go. We've got gooey gummy stuff. Excuse me. What I made was a paste. This is a paste, and you can see it's pretty thick. It's like, you know, like pudding about. And what's in here is baking soda and oil. Any kind of oil. This happens to be olive oil. It smells yummy, but use cheap oil. I'm going to show you how I made it. You can make a bunch and just keep it. This has been 4 or 5 days now. I would put it in the refrigerator though, because it's oil and baking soda, and I don't know if that's going to cause a reaction. So I'm just going to take, this is just plain old vegetable oil. I don't even know what it is. I can look. This is soybean oil. Another good reason for me to use gloves. Soy is bad for you, so I don't like to touch it or eat it. Okay, so I just didn't even measure that. I'm just going to make a paste. Remember when we were kids in school and teacher said, make a paste? Yeah, okay. Well, maybe some of you don't remember that. I'm going to put enough in there so that it just makes a paste. And that might be enough, it might not be enough. I don't want it runny. I want to be able to just scoop some up with my finger and rub it around. No, I really don't think I need to give you exact measurements on this, because y'all can do this. This isn't good. It's still a little runny, but I'll have lots of this left over for all kinds of projects. I'll just put it in a container, a sealed container, and put it in the refrigerator so that it's ready to go. Oh, we're there. Okay. It's a little bit gritty because that's what baking soda, it has a grit to it, like baking powder. Do not use baking powder. It's not going to work. So use baking soda. Okay. Now for the fun part and the reason for my gloves. I'm going to just take a little bit of this goop on my finger. Just rub. You don't have to rub very hard. Just, you know, kind of keep at it. There's a lot of glue on this container, so it's going to take a few minutes. Can you see how this stuff is coming up? It's all kind of getting soft. There's a lot of residue. Takes a minute. Okay, now I'll just wipe it off with a paper towel and see where we are. There's a dent in this one. This is nice and clean and smooth. No sticky. No sticky. See over here where it's kind of frosted? No sticky at all. Nice and smooth. See the difference? Nice and clean. So I would just clean the rest of this up, and then my container is pretty much, it's ready to go for whatever project I want to use it for. It'll end up looking like this. And it'll be beautiful and clean, and you can use it for whatever you would like to use it for. I'm going to ask, are there any questions? Larry, you can probably see the questions. Are there any questions about this? If you have a question, please put it in the comments. Even if you're watching this later, that's great. If you have questions, put them in the comments, and I'll do my best to get over there and answer your questions for you and help you out. The next thing I want to do here is go through different types of things that have labels on them that you might want to use for your crafting. Christmas is coming. Let me take my gloves off. Christmas is coming, and if you're anything like me, you're always trying to find special Christmas gifts that you make that are meaningful for your friends. Well, sometimes maybe you want to do spiced almonds, or maybe you want to do some type of candy making, or cookies, or oh my gosh, hot cocoa, or hot peppermint cocoa, or something like that for a friend when you go to a party or something. So I'm constantly looking for containers that I can use for those purposes. In the past, really all we had were ball jars, and they're glass, and they're kind of scary sometimes if you have kids. So I went to Walmart. Now these are peanuts. Obviously, these are Walmart peanuts. I went to Walmart and I found this shape. It's different than this shape. And then I found these. Be sure you look at the bottom, because this label here is just going to peel off. But see, you still have goopy stuff to get off of there. Same principle, same technique. You can get all the goopiness off. And then you can decorate it with your vinyl machine. I might come up with some ideas for that too. You never know. So you can use these. Look at the labels and study them. Isn't that a nice container for hot chocolate for Christmas? Then there's a little one. There's a little tiny one. And then there's this larger peanut one that's exactly the same thing. This label just comes off. Just comes off. Paper. I have a ton of these. See? And then you just take the gooey stuff off the same way. So now all these things are available to you, and you can do what we call upcycle. You can upcycle something for another use instead of throwing the plastic away and getting rid of a really good container. I like containers, I like boxes. How about this? This is a container from, I think this is the Container Store, maybe, or Walmart, could be Walmart. And I thought when I bought it a long time ago, I said, what an awesome container, look at that, it's sealed, it's great, it's awesome, it's got a white cap on it. And I brought it home and it's got this. I don't want to give a gift with this stupid label on here. So you're going to take the label off the same way. Pour a little hot water in there. Wait for it to soften up. Scrape that off. Use your paste. Comes right off. Now you've got a very nice, clean, label-free container for a gift. I'm very excited about this. I have some great ideas for you, and I hope to have one for you on Thursday. In our webinar on Thursday using this type of jar. So if all pans out today, then Thursday I hope to have a project for you with some designs that we can do. Now the question for today is, what got you started with your cutting machine? I want to know. Thanks for joining me today in my kitchen. Next time it'll be in my studio, and I'm Holly Pike from Artistic Cutworks.